What's going on, you guys, and welcome back to a different perspective. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button for your boy. So y'all, this morning I came across a video on Twitter that a friend of mine posted, and I went to TikTok to find the video so that we can have a discussion about this video. I think it's going to be a very important one. It actually had me thinking about something that I thought about this morning, and I'm going to share that with you guys as we watch this video. Now, to give y'all a little backstory, this is going to be a young girl that is looking to have her father be a part of her life, but he is struggling to be a man of his word. So we're about to check this out. Y'all boys, girls ready? I'm ready. Let's go.
This was after she FaceTimed him, but before she met him. She yearned for her dad.
She yearned for her dad. Hold on, wait, hold on, what? This was after she FaceTimed him, but before she met him? All right, so this must be a longer version of the clip that I saw on Twitter. I didn't know she didn't know her father or never met him.
Say that again.
What's this? Poor baby, she's so upset.
That's cool, but why are you upset? Why are you crying?
Wow, you see her? She says this is when she met him. She's looking at this man and she's in shock. She's in awe right now. She's like, yo, he's real. Wow. So see, this wasn't in the clip that I saw on Twitter. And look at this man. He is more concerned about what's going on his phone than this girl, his daughter, right in front of his face. Look at him. Look at her. See, she is took him back, looking at her father. He looking at TV. Took a picture. She hugging him. You see this girl's joy. She looked like that man too. Look just like her father. All right, so let's read this. This is what the father posted. The father posted this. He says, 9 years ago, I had my first daughter. So I'm assuming he has more kids. Like I said, I'm assuming I had my first daughter and I was nowhere in position to take care of her. I let my pride and anger blind me from what's important. I didn't grow up with my father, and I know how that felt. And I never wanted you to feel that hurt. Yeah, I want y'all to, that's a very important part of this conversation. I want y'all to let that burn into your head. He said that he didn't grow up with his father and he know how that felt, and he didn't want his daughter to feel that pain. All right, let's continue. He says, I promise to be there for you for life. I'm nowhere near the perfect father, but I promise to do my best. We have to break these generational curses. It's never too late to make things right. My queen, daddy loves you. SO to your mother for setting up this dope surprise. All right, so let's continue to watch. All right, so this follows with, he fell back into his old ways not long after leaving. So this is the daughter. She is sending messages to her father. All of these are from the daughter. All of these from the daughter. She's like, Dad, he's not responding. Look at it. Even in her little phone, she has dad with these emoji, smiley face, happy, love. Dad doesn't respond when she texts him.
I felt some type of way too, because when I texted him morning, he never texted back. I texted him at 7. He never texted back.
She says, I feel some type of way too. She's like, I text him at 7 in the morning and he never texts back. Then she follows with, I text him again later on that day. He still never responded back.
I called him on my break. I tried to call him a couple of times, but he declined it all the other times, or he didn't answer, so I just stopped.
Poor baby. Poor baby. 6 months later, he contacted me, wanted to try again, and vowing to do right by her. Watch this.
Here, we can sit here. Sorry, can
sit with you?
For her birthday, her dad showed up to do what he promised. I'm proud of him no matter how many tries it takes.
She said, I'm proud of him no matter how many tries it takes. I'm gonna be honest, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. And the reason being is because, fellas, it don't take much effort at all to show up. All this little girl wants to do is to be in communication, to be in contact with her father. A simple respond to the text will make her day. To walk out the door, get in your car, pull up to the crib, pull up on that little girl. It don't take much to win a child's heart. It don't. It takes being consistent and being present. And you should know better. You admitted to not having your father in your life and just how much pain that caused you. I myself, the thing that I want most in life, over everything, is children. Because I too didn't have a father in my life. I too experienced what this little girl experienced. Having these empty promises. Being in communication with someone who isn't responding back that I wanted to be a part of my life. But it wasn't with my father. It was with my uncle. My father, it was zero contact. Knew nothing from him. Heard nothing from him at all. My mother did that. But my uncle did to me what it is that this man is doing to his little girl. So what's going to end up happening with this little girl is she's going to be used to people coming in and out of her life, specifically men. She's probably going to only attract those type of guys. Inconsistent men that just float, just come in and out as they please. And she's going to accept them. When they leave and come back, she's going to end up accepting it because you're already priming her for that type of life. Like I said, this morning I had a thought. I was like, why is it that I'm so okay with people coming in and out of my life? I had to really ask myself that. I'm too comfortable with people coming in and out of my life, or coming and then going and me just being like, bye. Just let them go like it's nothing. Why am I okay with that? And I thought about it. It's because of my childhood trauma. When I was a kid, I experienced the same thing. People coming and going, whether it was friends, family, whomever. People just coming and going out of my life as they please. This little girl gonna end up being the same way when she get older. She gonna be too comfortable with that. And you know what else is a shame? Because I've seen this happen. The few times where there is a man that comes along in her life that is consistent and stays, she won't even know how to act. She won't even know how to act. She won't even know how to treasure or value that man. She will probably push him away because it's not what she's accustomed to. It's not what she's used to. Not to say that that will happen, but it's a possibility. I've seen it happen. I've seen people push away consistency because they were so used to inconsistency. I got more to share, but I'll wait. I'm saving it to the end. Look at her. You see her? Crying. Poor thing. Look, he said, come here. Oh yeah, she happy to get close to her father. But this is more than tears of joy. This is also so much pain. There's so much pain behind them tears. She's probably reflecting on those times where she felt that she was unwanted by her father. I fear that these pictures are going to be memories for this girl to look back on, because it's a possibility that he may still not be as consistent as she would like him to be. Look at that. So much joy. I gotta excuse me. I'm starting to tear up a bit. I can only hope and pray that this man is actually doing better by his child. I can only hope and pray. One thing I don't think a lot of people understand, and the studies have shown that the role of the male, the role of the man, a good man in a child's life is more important than that of a woman. I mean, there's multiple studies on it. There's studies on single fathers and the upbringing of the children versus single mothers. And then there's obviously the studies on fathers that are in the child's life, whether they all live under the same household or not. And what's being said is that the role of a good man in the upbringing of a boy or a girl is so important because that man is going to be viewed as not only the person that protects the child, but leads and guides the child into adulthood. Women typically are really good at nurturing, but as far as the child being able to maneuver through life, especially as an adult, that role needs to be taught by a man. Just like how women expect for their man or their husband to be leaders, to guide them, to teach them. It's the same sort of thing. That is expected from the man. The nurturing is expected from the woman. You're not hearing a lot of men say, hey, I want a woman that can lead me, guide me, teach me, show me things. No, that's what's expected from the man. So that role is so important. That's why a father figure is considered to be a more important role than the mother. Not to say that the mother role isn't important at all, because it's extremely important. I was talking to a young lady recently, right? One that I'm fancying right now, right? She has a daughter. She has a 4-year-old daughter, and she was telling me yesterday, she was like, one of the most important things that I want for my child is to know how it is to be treated by a man. I want my child to see her mother being loved on properly by a man, being respected the right way by a man, being led and guided by an alpha man that got his ish together. She's like, I want that. She's like, I really want my child to be able to see that and experience that. Not that her father isn't an active member in the life, because they're doing a pretty good job co-parenting from what she's telling me. But she's like, as far as what I want her to see her mother experiencing, she's like, I want her to see that because her father and I are not together. Because that's going to be a very key determining factor in the upbringing and the development in her child's life. And that's a role that is held by the man. And I don't think enough men really understand how important of a role that is when it comes to their influence on not only the children, but the mother of the children that they lay with. Because so much of what the mother is experiencing is going to trickle down to that child. And you saw how in the beginning of this video,
she yearned for her dad.
You see how that part right there where the mother said this girl was yearning for her father. Yearning for her father. Meaning that she's at the age right now, and I'm literally over here fighting back tears because I experienced the same thing. She's at the age right now where she wants a father in her life. She wants male guidance in her life. She doesn't have that, and she needs that. She's yearning for that. And she hadn't met her father at this point. And that was something that I also experienced as well. But, you know, as boys, we're taught not to talk. We're taught not to express our feelings and emotions. So I never brought it up to my mother. I never brought it up because I knew what she would say. And the reason I knew what she would say is because anytime her and I would be maybe sitting down watching television and something like this popped up on the screen where it was clear as day that a child was yearning for their father, my mother would conceptualize it. She would think about it. She would look over at me. She would see I'm quiet. I don't want to bring it up because I know what she would do. And she would bring it up and she would shut it down real quick. She was like, baby, I know you might be having feelings like that too, but don't worry. We don't need no man here. I'm all you will ever need. I can teach you everything you'll ever need to know. Don't worry about that. She'll shut it down real quick. So I never brought it up. And that happened multiple times throughout the years, right? So what ended up happening? When my mother passed away when I was 28 years old, I had nothing. I had a dead-end job at 28 that wasn't paying me enough to be able to provide for myself, to keep a roof over my own head and keep myself fed at the same time. I didn't know how to be a man. I didn't know what it meant at all to be a man. I didn't know how to pay any bills. There was so much that I was lacking as a guy at 28 years old that I should not have been lacking. And I thought about it. It was something that burned in my mind every single day. I lacked so much. It wasn't that my mother didn't do the best that she could by me, because she did the best that she could with what she knew. And she didn't know enough, because she was living the experience of a woman and not a man. And the experience that she was living was having everything handed to her. My mother never worked a job. The moment I was born, my mother didn't work a job. She hustled. And then when she got older and got sick, she relied on Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, whatever it was called, getting and receiving money from different men. She was living the life and experience of a woman. I needed a good man, a solid man, a stand-up guy, a male role model in my life. She could have at least found someone, rather it been a friend of hers or whomever, found someone to play that role in my life. But she didn't. So when she passed, I was lost. Understand your role, understand your position. It's one that no female could possibly fill. Do better. Fellas, it's very important that you do better by your children if you're not already. Y'all, that's all I want to say. Y'all know what time it is. If you like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more. As always, you can follow your boy on the gram and Twitter, Artofkickz, and I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. See ya.